My man. Doing the most. Doing the most. You know I had to remix this bitch. Shout out our boy. If I get caught up in a storm, pray the rain just keep me calm. All my life I dealt with pain, see no evil cause on. Chop along just like a arm, no bitches we fucking on. Doing wrong without them knowing, I'm the GOAT if you ain't know it. And you can't go do what I've been through. Wish I had somebody I could vent to. And you can't go through what I've been through. Wish I had somebody I could vent to. I just need someone to call on. I've been making moves like Michael Corleone. I won't say that shit until it's set in stone. Bitch, don't say my name if you gon' say it wrong. I can't touch these drugs and keep.
Yo, it's your boy CT Crusher here checking in. Just wanting to remind y'all to go subscribe to my homie Hoodie Jube for the Hoodie Jube live podcast. We talking pressing topics here for you every night of the week. Hit that ding dong bell to make sure you don't miss an upload. Come join in on the conversation. Help us expand the community. We do a lot of giveaways, give away to a lot of charities, giving away to the local children's hospital. And oh, by the way, if you want a chance to win free NFL tickets, yes, I said that, free NFL tickets, make sure you subscribe and hit the ding so you don't miss a chance to win free NFL tickets. Peace out.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hoodie Jube, and if you're looking for the best restaurant in town, man, go try Weed Ass Chicken and Shrimp, man. They have the best chicken wings, the best chicken tenders, the best fried shrimp, the best fried catfish, and their fries are so amazing, covered with ranch, cheese, bacon, jalapenos. Oh my! Yes, you heard it. Go try it out. They got 4 locations: Monroe, Louisiana, Marrero, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, and Houston, Texas, baby. Go try it now.
Right, man. What up? I won't speak on nothing but the real. You know how I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Say we've been down for too long. The only way is up, it's time to move on. Never leave your house without your shoes on. Them killers want your spot, you cannot move on. Ain't worried about that girl, I tell them move on. They say it's my fault, but I'm feeling I can't do wrong. Cut all my partners off, let me open like the roof gone. Long talks and lane, he never changed, it's just been too long. That is shaking back and that's a fact, so I'm turned up. All up in the club, I'm going down, and I'm like, what's up? Throw me in that water, I won't go down, I'm too up. She want with a man, I knock that hoe down, I'm too up. Told all her friends, now she just want me to grow.
You can't see us, I time Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Cameron Jordan on the field, about to take a QB soul. Ever Camara break a tackle, so you know he bold. Mike Thomas catching everything, so you know he cold. He talking Power Man, dude, he talking Marcus May. We in the backfield, we gon' make them pay. Them boys hitting hard, they need an X-ray. Yeah. We talking black and gold. 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 Straight to the Super Bowl. Your time is up. Our time is now. Say hoodie, you can't see us. Our time is now. Woo. Hoodie Jube in the building. We shining now. We shining. You can't see us. Our time is now. You heard me? Your time is up. Our time is now. Woo. You can't see us. Our time is now. Say hoodie, Hoodie Jube in the building. We shining.
Here he is, Hoodie Jube.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Hoodie Jube, and I'm back with another live podcast. And if you don't know, you will know. There's no YouTube without your boy Hoodie Jube, y'all. Man, how is everybody doing tonight, man? I know it's a late show, but your boy be working so damn much. Been sick, had the holidays. But goddamn, man, I miss my damn YouTube channel. I miss everybody over here, man. I miss my family. So, who that to everybody in the chat, man? I know it's been a minute since I've been live, but I'm back, and I'm definitely gonna have to start going live a lot more often. And I'm gonna try to do it at least twice a week. Like I said, I've just been busy working 2 jobs. Been sick a lot. Sucks. I was sick for the holidays, but hopefully everybody had a good Christmas. I know I did. I had a good Christmas, besides being sick during Christmas. But other than that, it was pretty good. New Orleans Saints won, beat the Cleveland Browns in that very cold weather. We're going to talk about that later as well. But we're definitely going to start off with the main topic tonight. But before we talk about the main topic, which is basically on the thumbnail for y'all, let me introduce everybody over here, man. I gotta give everybody a shout out for y'all can know who that nation is out here, man. So first we got my boy John Tavius Hallwell. Who that to you, my man? We got Field Guy 316. Who that to you? We got little Michael up in here. Who that to you? We got Brother Prom. Who that to you? We got JT in the building. Who that to you? We got Jerry, the old freaking G in the building. Who that to you? We got Miss Dana. Who that to you? Who else we got up in this thing? We got Nola Gang '09. Who that to you? We got Edward Green. Who that to you? We got Neptune. Who that to you? We also got Bruce Saint in the building, my man. Who that to you? Who else we got up in this thing? Rose City in the building. Who that to you, Rose City? And I believe we got, let's see, one more. We got Guttum. Who that to you, Guttum? Who that to you? And my bad, we got one more that just popped in here. Monique McDaniel. Who that to you? So who that to everybody that is in the chat. And basically, y'all, we're about to talk about this damn topic, by the way. And that is Sean Payton and Tom Brady could be coming to the New Orleans Saints. And I know a lot of people say, I don't want Tom Brady as my QB. F Tom Brady. Sean Payton, it's not happening. Da 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 da. We all know. We all know. But your boy Hoodie Juby's been doing his research. I'm always been keeping it up. And I don't know if y'all remember the video I did about 3 weeks ago where I said, don't ever count out the scenario of a Sean Payton returning and bringing the guy named Tom Brady. Remember I said that? Because about 3 weeks ago I said it, where Tom Brady was originally going to sign with the New Orleans Saints back in 2020. But Drew Brees says, I'm going to come back and play one more year, which he did. So where did Tom Brady go? He went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And guess what? Tom Brady and Sean Payton both wanted to partner up before Tom Brady retires. Now, we all know the off season, this off season where we were like, damn, Sean Payton just left us in the dust. He left us. He's going to do, talk on the shows and stuff for a year supposedly and take off and all that. And then here comes the news about Tom Brady and Sean Payton was supposedly doing little, undercover stuff about maybe going and play for the Dolphins. He'd take over the coaching job and Tom Brady was going to come with him. But then the Brian Flores things happened, and that's why the Dolphins things went down the drain. And Sean Payton actually took off a whole year and was basically, on television, basically doing commentary and stuff like that. Now, fast forward, now you got Tom Brady having a shit show year with Tampa Bay. Basically Tampa Bay ain't doing good. How about I say this? The whole NFC South ain't doing nothing this year. So Saints ain't doing really nothing. Tampa Bay ain't doing nothing, which is Tom Brady and them. And here's Sean just watching away. And I want people to know this. I said, don't count it out because anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. And all them scenarios I told y'all that was supposed to happen with the Sean Payton and Tom Brady, it's becoming more realistic now too because Sean Payton is on the contract for 2 more years, which means he has to be traded if he wants to go anywhere. Now, if he decides to come back, that's on him, and that's on, Mickey Loomis and Gerald Bisson if they want to bring our boy back in here. That's up to them. But there was links that went out and said that he is most likely linked to the Chargers. He's most likely linked to the Rams, and he most likely linked to the New Orleans Saints. That's who the 3 teams they were looking at, and the Cardinals maybe. But hear me out on this one, and I'll say it again just in case y'all missed the video 3 weeks ago. If Sean Payton and Tom Brady were trying to team up before Tom Brady retires, which is probably in about 2 or 3 years, I feel like Tom will be gone. But if they want to team up before that happens, before he retires, out of those 3 teams that are listed, or 4 teams, I'm about to say 4 teams, Rams, all right, Sean McVay's still there. I doubted they're gonna get rid of Sean McVay just to get Sean Payton because Sean McVay's a hell of a coach and he just won a Super Bowl for you the year before that. Just having a shitty year this year. All right. Plus you got Matthew Stafford and Baker Mayfield. You got them quarterbacks over there. So what are you gonna do? Bring in Tom Brady too and keep all three? Get rid of them. Take Brady for a year or two. I don't know what they're gonna do. So the Rams don't sound like the right team for me. Now the Chargers sounds like a good team for Sean Payton, right? You got a young Justin Herbert. Got a good offense, pretty solid defense. But you heard the word, I mean, not the word, but you heard the name I just said, right? Justin Herbert. That means Tom Brady ain't coming. You ain't about to bring Tom Brady, a 45, 46-year-old quarterback, in for a guy and replace Justin Herbert, a young, talented quarterback, with him and just release him or bitch him. That ain't happening. So the Chargers are out of the equation if Tom Brady and Sean Payton are planning on, teaming up. All right. Now you bring it to the last team that was basically brought up in the, articles. The Saints, who Sean Payton has been doing his research and his studying on who he wants to bring in and who he doesn't want to have here anymore and who he wants to get rid of if he does come back to the Saints or if he did go to the Rams or if he did go to the Chargers. He did his research, he did his homework on what he wanted to do. All right. So the Saints, with the way they treated Jameis Winston, I doubt that you see him coming back, him being hurt. Played only 3 games and playing those 3 games hurt. And, sat, healed, and lost his job because of injury. And, so I don't see Jameis wanting to come back here next year because of that. So now that leaves you with Andy Dalton, who is not on contract. He's going to be a free agent. Do you really want to run him back with him? So that's why this scenario seems even more realistic than what everybody think it is. Because I really do feel like Sean Payton would take that opportunity to come back, the coach for the next 2 years that he's on contract, bring Tom Brady, because that's who he wants to team up with so badly since 2020, probably way before 2020, but since the 2020 where he left the Patriots to come down here. So now it makes it more realistic. Tom Brady, Sean Payton comes back. Just think of it. Good old line. You got Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Mr. Rasheed Shaheed, who we're going to be talking about later on. So, what I'm trying to tell people, let y'all anger go, let y'all frustration out, and open up your eyes and just look around at the shit that's happening right now. Just look at it. I'm telling y'all, it's more realistic than what y'all think. And I would not be shocked if Sean Payton does come back. They moved Dennis Allen back to defensive coordinator because they are loyal to him and they like Dennis Allen as well. Here comes Tom Brady as your QB for the next year or two while Sean is here. And we roll with what we got because our defense is good enough. It's just injuries. Offense, I think, is good enough too. That this offense is just hurt. And you have a Sean Payton type of offense back out there, scoring 30-plus points a game, especially with a new addition of an Olave and Rasheed Shaheed in that mix. What do you think Sean Payton can do with those players, y'all? What do y'all think he can do with those players, right? So, and don't forget, I do want to tell y'all this too. Don't forget if Sean Payton does come back and he does bring Brady. Brady is that type of player, no matter how old is he getting, and let's say he's just, the 70% of the Tom Brady that he is than what he was, a few years ago. Guess what he's still going to do? He's still going to draw people to come in. He's going to make people want to come play for the Saints. Why is that? Because it's Tom freaking Brady. They want to play with Tom Brady. So he's going to recruit people to come in and make this team even more, powerful than what we are already. And I'm telling y'all, Sean Payton with another great Hall of Fame quarterback and a guy like Tom Brady with the offense, like I said, let me name the players again. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Rasheed Shaheed, Marquez Callaway. Shit, if Jarvis Landry decides to come back, Jarvis Landry, I know he had a downfall season this year as well because of his injuries and shit. But, hey, just think of that offense. AK is going to be suspended, so we're going to have to find out another running back that we're going to need to, replace him with, which I do think the second round pick of this year, we need to use that second round pick that we do have on a running back because we're going to need somebody to replace Kamara while he is suspended next season. So, like I tell people, don't count this out. It is definitely, if you were saying it was 0% all this time, remember, we always saying it was 0%. My 0% went up to about a 20-30% now. That's how much it went up for me. And then, well, that was like, I would say it went up about 20-30% 3 weeks ago when I said my podcast. Well, did my little video for y'all. Now, 3 weeks later, 3 weeks later, excuse me, y'all. 3 weeks later, here comes out the, you know, this thing on, I think it was Pro Football Talk. So let me share this with y'all on y'all screen. This look at this, just in case anybody's confused, like, oh, this shit ain't happening. Da 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 da. I just want y'all to look. Nick Underhill posted. This was Michael Thomas's latest Instagram story. What did he post on here? This by Pro Football Talks. As the coach and hey, look at this. As they prepare to spin, as the scenarios and all this is, planning on doing. There's increasing chatter in the league circles about Sean Payton returning to the Saints, possibly with Tom Brady at QB. I'm just showing y'all. This is here. I'm just showing it to y'all. Y'all just look at it. I'm just showing y'all. It's here. I'm not lying. It's here. Even your Saints reporter, Nick Underhill, posted it. So I'm just showing y'all. Y'all don't have to believe it. But guess what? That's something that I can see, I can believe. And no matter how much I hate a Tom Brady, he's still a great quarterback. He's one of the greatest of all times. And to have him at my QB instead of Andy goddamn Dalton, I'll take that any damn day of the week. Plus, you get a Sean Payton, great head coach back, man, scoring 30, 40 points a game probably with this type of offense and the defense that we have already, man. Especially when you get like a Lattimore back and everything. So I'm just letting y'all know, man. I really do believe that it can happen because as weeks going by, more and more rumors and articles and leaks are coming out about this. So more, I think it's more becoming true. To be honest with you, I mean that's just how I feel as I'm doing my research and as I'm looking. But I'm also gonna put the link in the chat for I can chat with y'all just for a little bit and get everybody's thoughts on this scenario. I know a lot of people probably gonna say F Tom Brady, get the F out of here, da 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 da. But guess what? It's okay. I'm ready to hear it, everybody. I'm ready to hear what y'all gotta say. And I'm gonna just tell y'all, I would accept this in a heartbeat. Just because why? It's motherfucking Sean Payton. It's Tom Brady. Who wouldn't want that here? Who wouldn't want to change? I mean, just think of this. Remember how we all get mad and be like, oh, they call that shit because that's Tom Brady? But guess what? They're gonna call everything. Saints are gonna be guaranteed to go to the goddamn Super Bowl. Why? Because you got Tom Brady on the goddamn team. You know how they say the Saints are the most hated goddamn team? This is some damn bullshit. I don't think we're gonna be the most hated team anymore. Why? We got Tom freaking Brady. You know what I'm saying? Just think of it. Let that sink in for a little bit. Let it go through your mind. Okay? Okay? Alright, cool, cool, cool. As long as that, I'm gonna let that sink in. Whoo! Alright. So number one, I'm gonna bring on our first guest of the night. And that is my brother Prime, man. How you doing, brother Prime?
What's up? How's it going?
Going good. I'm still recovering from all my sickness, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, I was kind of sick. It's right before Christmas too. Had COVID. Me and my wife.
Yeah, it's just been sad. I've been sick for like 3 weeks, coughing. I mean, I do work in a cold, so I mean that doesn't help as well. But the sickness. For Christmas, I think I had pink eye, so I had to stay away from people. So, I mean,
Ooh.
yeah, it's just been a fun holiday. But other than that, other than working 2 jobs and being sick, I'm back. Doing my podcast like I love because I miss everybody.
Well, I was just calling to say a couple of things. I'm not going to stay too long because I know you got other people want to go in, but I'm not on board with this idea because first of all, something smells real fishy. And if you notice the comments, making in the chat room. I'm wondering now. I just have this feeling. All this talk, I think this is going to be another Watson situation. It's going to be a fake out. It's a show. And I said during the beginning of the season when everybody was talking about getting Watson, I'm like, I don't want him here. We give up too much for him. So now think about this. Sean Payton knows that he's under contract for 2 more years. And he knows that we could use a quarterback in the future. Me personally, I'm just hoping everything works out. And I would rather see Jameis as a bridge quarterback than anybody else. But just look at it this way. He know he got 2 years left on this contract. And you just said that Tom Brady might have 1 or 2 years left in him. So let's just say if that happens and they both come together. I just have this feeling that Sean is going to do an okey doke after those 2 years and retire again. I just have a feeling that's what's going to happen. And as a Saints fan since 1970, I'm not down with that. And Saints organization reminds me of the city of New Orleans. Born and raised in New Orleans, but moved to Houston in 2000. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, so New Orleans always had a problem with moving forward, getting rid of old things because there are streets still now in New Orleans. When I come home and come back to New Orleans and visit family, some of the same streets that I used to ride my bike on literally 39 years ago as a teenager have the same potholes. We need to move forward. And let me tell you, as you can see the comments I make on your channel and Q's channel, everybody's channel, I'm just pissed at the way they effed over Jameis because what they did Jameis was completely wrong, and you feel the same way. And I feel sorry for the brother because he wanted to be here, and that's what you want. You want people that want to be your team. And a lot of people, I think, forgot that one of the reasons that Jarvis Landry wanted to play with the Saints was because of Jameis.
Hmm.
And people seem to forget about that. And I know some people talk about, oh well, interceptions and the offense is running better. But like the point I was trying to make to this other guy, I guess it's called Who That Chronicles or whatever. And I was saying, but now correct me if I'm wrong, Hoodie. Isn't NFL football about winning games and getting to the Super Bowl?
Yep.
But he said, well, you can't just put the wins and the losses on the quarterback. No. Yeah, because now correct me if I'm wrong. You know that if Jameis would have did half the shit that this man has done, especially be right now, hoping and praying that some people, not me, I lose their
Hey, we
next
lost
two
you for a
games.
second. Oh,
Oh,
there you go. You're back.
oh, the people hoping and praying that Tampa lose their next 2 games and we went out. I don't even want to be in this situation. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this. We went through this last year because both of those teams that played on Sunday, Andy Dalton had a direct hand in losing both of them, and especially that Cardinals game because Andy Dalton is the kind of quarterback that, yeah, he's playing comfortable in the offense moving, but you got to win games, correct?
Hmm.
And like I've been saying on all the shows for the last couple of weeks now, Jameis is 10-4 as a quarterback for the Saints. Andy Dalton is 5-7. Do you do you think that Allen, Captain Cleanup, would have given Winston this many opportunities as he gave and stuck with Jameis, stuck with um
Dalton.
Dalton, stuck with Dalton, because once he picked him, he made that bed and he had to lay in it, and he's not going to do that. And then people talk about how he looked after the win and everything, but if you looked at the video after that Cleveland game, the football players was reacting more exciting about the equipment staff.
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, this team has no confidence in this man. This for you to be a coach now, for you, let's say you own a business, right? And you have this employee. Yeah, he comes to work every day on time, never late. But you're in the business to make more profit. But he's not making you more profit. Would you still keep him on? Or would you get somebody that could bring in more money?
I'm gonna be putting the one that can bring me the money.
Exactly. And that's why I'm looking at this Dalton and this Winston situation. Man, look, Winston was hurt for 2 games with it back. And you see when I think I even talked to to you on one of your shows earlier in the year when it happened. People realize when you got broken bones in your lower back, you can't rotate your hips like you're supposed to. Because you remember he used to do Winston used to do that little exercise at the beginning of each game, doing the rotating of the hips. He didn't even have that motion. So you need that motion as a quarterback. But I'm just hoping and praying. But I'm gonna tell you, no, if he doesn't come back to the Saints next year and he goes somewhere else, I'm gonna still support him. I'm gonna still wear his number two jersey. But
Yep.
I really think that Allen, if they do retain him, and I think that's what's gonna happen. I really don't think Payton is gonna come. But if Payton
Yeah.
does come, he's only gonna be here for 2 years because because if I'm not mistaken, now correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't he responsible for getting up 2 number 1s for both of the last 2 defensive linemen that we drafted, and neither one of them panned out? Davenport and that other boy,
Peyton Turner.
Peyton Turner. Did we give up multiple picks for both of these guys, like a year apart from each other,
I think
basically?
Davenport we got him 4 years ago, and Peyton Turner we just got last year. So
So, and we gave up 2 number 1s and the number 2 to get the first guy, and I think we basically did the same thing to get Peyton Turner.
yeah,
And now we don't give away a number 1 draft pick to draft the lobby and offensive lineman that we got. So we don't have a number 1 next year. And Peyton knows this. And Peyton knows Peyton has done some things. Yeah, he brought us a Super Bowl and winning record and all that for 15, 16 years. But Peyton has made some very questionable moves as the coach of this team. And the only reason him coming back is just to give it poke his finger up. They're behind the Saints organization one more time. Y'all think y'all gonna get some draft choices. Y'all think y'all gonna recoup those draft choices y'all lost this year. Uh-uh. I'm coming back for 2 years. I'm bringing Brady with me. And oh Lord, I'm gonna tell you, Brady needs to retire right now. He really does because he's feeling that age of 45 going on 46 right now. Man, look, I don't know how old you are, Hoodie, but I'm telling you, your body starts to change on you once you get to 45. It starts to
hmm
change on you. Now, I know you're young, but there was a movie that was made in the late 70s, I think, about the Saints. Now check this out. The late 70s, early 80s. The Saints got a quarterback that was 45 years old to come out of retirement to lead them to the Super Bowl. And I think Charlton Heston played the quarterback. I think it was him. It was called The Saint or something. Some little. It wasn't a big time movie, but I remember when they made it. Do some research on that, and I'm just looking at these parallels between this situation and that movie. But let me tell you right now, I really hope Allen gets out of his ass and gets out of his feelings and give this man a fair chance.
Hey, brother Prom,
The offense
you
is
there?
moving steady. Yeah.
Oh,
Hello.
there you are. Yeah,
Yeah, the offense is moving steady and everything. But Winston went 5-2 last year with no wide receivers besides Callaway. If you notice, Callaway hasn't even been playing a lot.
he hasn't. They
He
haven't played him
had
a lot.
not because he's a big supporter of Jameis. Because there's this guy, this brother that comes on that's an Oakland Raider fan, called himself Zenny or something like that. And he showed a video of practice where Jameis and Callaway was dapping each other up and they was all excited and everything. And it looked like they made some kind of connection there. But my thing is I look at all the situation that's going on with the Saints because everybody want to talk about the pick that happened in the Cleveland game. I'm still on the air because my microphone is going in and out. Am I still on air?
Yeah, you're still here.
Oh, so if you go back and you look at that pick, That was on Andy. It was on Andy because that ball was low and hard. And the one of the passes that
Up, you went in and out.
they blamed it on the receiver. If you notice, the receiver had to go by and try to catch the ball. It was supposed to be one of the back shoulders shots, but as a receiver, the quarterback would have told him to be prepared for that, correct?
Yep.
The ball hit him in the head. If you could look at it, it hits him in the head because he turned around and the ball was thrown behind him. Andy Dalton doesn't consistently throw a good ball. Go back and look at all his passes, especially his picks, because a lot of times he's throwing the ball too hard or in the wrong spot, and he's not leading his deep receiver. That one pass, that one 45-yard bomb he threw to Olave a couple of weeks ago, that was his best pass. But for the most part, now tell me, now let me know if I'm the only one that's seeing this. But the majority of the time when Andy Dalton is throwing the ball deep, his passes remind me of Taysom Hill passes where the receivers have to slow down.
Yeah.
He very seldomly catches them in stride. He got lucky with that one shot a couple of weeks ago with a lobby. But for the most part, you see the receiver slowing down and have to stop for the ball, giving the defensive player enough time. And people want to talk about, well, it's on the players. The coach is not dropping the ball. Yeah, that's true. But isn't it the coach's responsibility to hold his players responsible?
Yeah, it is.
And doesn't the head coach have the final say so of the game plan that the other offensive coordinator may come up with?
Yep, they do.
So that's all on coaching.
Yep.
So what's your opinion on things I've said?
So on the Andy Dalton thing, yes. I do see him. Like I said, I don't want him to be the QB anymore. To be honest with you, with the way he was throwing, I really do think we could have won some of these games with Taysom Hill in because at least he would have been able to scramble.
At
In
least he
some of
would have
these.
had the threat of running the ball.
Yeah. So I mean, that's number one. Um, the other thing was basically the Jameis Winston part. I do think he got um, screwed, and that's why I was saying I don't think he's gonna be back here unless Dennis Allen got fired. And somebody you brought somebody else in, then I'll understand. But I don't see Jameis coming back under Dennis Allen. If he does come back, um, the Sean Payton thing which you were saying, coming back for 2 years and then leaving. I can see that happening too, because he's only 2 years on his contract. But I did like my boy Real Fans. He commented in the chat earlier. He was saying he would take that Sean Payton coming back for 2 years and Tom Brady if they not next year, in the draft we don't have a first round pick, but the following year you bring in a rookie, quarterback, you draft one in the first or whatever, and then you bring him to learn under Tom Brady and so on for a year or two, and then they dip, and then you got your franchise quarterback. I would do that, but I don't know. Like I said, we just
Okay.
gotta see what they're gonna do. To be honest with you, but like I said, I would take Sean Payton and Tom Brady for the next 2 years in a heartbeat than having Dennis Allen again and Andy Dalton at QB.
That's messed up. But you see, by Brady thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna leave Tampa, now I'm gonna go to New Orleans." That's kind of all about him, and he needs to quit right now while he's ahead because he can basically walk away right now. The worst thing that could happen to him, he'll try to come back another year with a Saints team and get his ass knocked out or get hurt, and he can't walk off the field.
Hmm.
Well, look, man, there's life after football, and that's why I respect um the name of the running back that used to be the running back for Detroit that quit at the time of his career. What was his name again?
The receiver or the running back you was talking about?
Running back
Running
for
back.
Detroit that left at the height of his career.
Shoot. To be honest, I
Oh
don't even know.
God! Somebody put in the chat. I'm up on my computer right now. Oh, what was his name? Running back for Detroit. I can't think of his name right now, but he left at the top of it. Barry Sanders.
Oh, Barry
He,
Sanders.
he,
Okay.
he left at the height of his career. He still could have played at least for 2 or 3 years, but he got tired of playing for a losing team. He said, "Nah, my health is more important."
That's probably
And
what that's probably what Calvin Johnson did too. To be honest with you.
yep, Yep, yep. But you see it. You see, there's a lot of moving parts working here. So yeah, they're probably gonna get rid of. They're probably gonna get rid of Carmichael and use him as a scapegoat. But Hoodie, correct me if I'm wrong here. Didn't this man say he didn't want to be the offensive coordinator at the beginning of
Yeah,
the year,
he did. He said
and
I
they
didn't want it.
forced him to come back?
Yep, they basically kind of forced him into it. But let me ask you this, brother Prom, because I know you say you don't really care for Tom Brady and Sean Payton, the scenario and stuff. But this is how I feel about the Tom Brady and shit. I would take Sean Payton back in a heartbeat just because the way the coaching been this year. We know what Sean Payton is capable of at coaching, right?
Right,
We know what Tom Brady is. We know what he can actually be. When he is Tom Brady. Number two, Tom Brady is really good at recruiting people. People want to play with him because he's the goat.
right.
They want to play with him. So I told people this. Why wouldn't you want this for the next 2 years, knowing that we won't be the most hated damn team anymore? We won't get penalized as much because why you got Tom effing Brady to get away with shit. Like
Oh yeah, okay.
I,
You
I
see,
would love that for two. I would love that for 2 years, and that's another 2 years. You're going straight to the Super Bowl. You guarantee the Super Bowl at least out of one of these 2 years because why you got Tom freaking Brady, man? Like, come on, like I would take that in a heartbeat.
yeah, I would in the perfect world. I would. Telling you, my thing, Hoodie. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's hearsay. It's gonna be like the same Washington because I know Deshaun Watson didn't want to come in the first place. He wanted to go somewhere where he was gonna get paid the most money. Now, if Miss Benson says, "All right, Sean, you're gonna be the GM and you can be the head coach," then and you'll have part ownership in the team. That's the only way he'll come back.
Mm.
That's the only way I see him coming back. But just to come back for 2 years and we go down this road again in 2 years, come on, Hoodie. Do you really want to do that to us old fans like that? That's up there, getting up there in age. I'll be 60 in February. That's
Hey, like I said, I would take it in a heartbeat after what we dealt with this season, and knowing that I'm not gonna be the most hated team anymore, and I'm guaranteed a Super Bowl at least one out of these 2 years. Come on, I'll take
yeah.
it in a heartbeat.
Be on the commissioner side then, because
Yeah,
commissioner likes
yeah.
tone.
but with that being said, brother, probably is there anything else that you like to touch on before I bring on the next person?
No, that's all I want. I just want to say one more thing. Say no, James, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Why y'all hate the man so much? Did the man take they they're more upset they're more upset at Jameis about foolishness, about interceptions. Brett Favre had a shitload of interceptions. Even Peyton had a shitload of interceptions when he played for Indianapolis. But nobody has been talking about how Brett Favre got all that money that was supposed to go to welfare recipients in the state of Mississippi.
Yep.
That's the biggest story. Directly hurted people a lot. James Winston taking crab legs. Come on. I know you knew. I know when you was in college or whatever. When you was a young man, I know you got to hook up in a lot of different places, didn't you? Where you got a couple of free things here and there. We
Yeah.
all do. So let it go. Let it go. I just feel sorry for the brother. It's 2 years in a row he done got hurt, and and it's because of the offensive line. Because really, if you looked at it, the offensive line wasn't that good last year.
Hmm.
And it's not good this year. This boy needs an offensive line that's going to protect him. But we'll see, Hoodie. But I'm going to tell you, Hoodie, I don't see us winning against Philly, especially if Dalton is going to be the starting quarterback because he don't have it in him to lead it to put a team on his shoulder.
Yep.
Cowboys fan, and he said what is remarkable about the whole Jameis situation is, all right, Jameis hurt. Since a lot of people want to see what Taysom could do.
Oh, brother, Prime, you cut it out for a second.
Oh, I have a Cowboys fan at my work. He said he would take Jameis's 30 touchdowns that went with those 30 interceptions and it don't. And why didn't you put in Taysom since you've been wanting Taysom to be a quarterback?
Exactly. And Taysom Hill, and I'm gonna say it like this: Taysom Hill is the key to your victory for your offense to be rolling. You got to have him in different plays, different formations, because he's just that Swiss Army knife that you need. And I don't understand why it would take you to the second half to start using him, or it takes you to the next game to finally decide to use him, and then not use him this game. You got to be consistent with using the same guys to where people's gonna have to make a game plan for him. So when something happens on the field that they don't know about, you can catch them off guard. But I don't know, but brother Prime,
Like
I appreciate you coming on tonight, though.
I appreciate you taking my call. Take it easy, but like I said, get off of James' back. The brother ain't got a fair shot. He was hurt, and I saw when he got hurt in that Atlanta game.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
realize that was the biggest comeback in Saints history in the fourth quarter? Even even Drew Brees didn't do that in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
The Saints are like that's like 1 in 200 or something like that in fourth quarter, losing by what I think 14 points or more. All right, have a good night, man. Thank you. Who
Yes,
that?
sir. Who that to you, brother Prime? Alrighty. So before we bring on the next person, shout out to brother Prime for coming on. We got a super chat in here from Edward Green. Who that to you? Thank you for the $5 super chat, my man. He said Dennis Allen's decision making is so bad. QB position got to be fixed. Offensive play calling needs to be better. Use Kamara more. Be more creative with Taysom. Exactly. 100% agree with you, my man. And like I said, Dennis Allen is just not thinking right, especially at the QB position. But thank you for the $5. Night. So next, we're gonna bring on the one and only, the O to the motherfucking G. Here we go. Jerry.
Hoodie Juby!
How you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing good, man. Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Thank you, thank you, and welcome back to the Hoodie Jupe Show.
Of course, of course. I mean, look, it's been a while since I said this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Damn, it feels good to have you back.
Yes, sir. It feels good to be back, with the family over here, man, and talking football again. But Mr. Jerry, let me ask you, how was your Christmas and everything? And you know,
Oh,
um,
bro, my Christmas was real good, man. Had to spend time with family and friends and all that good stuff, and watch the Saints beat the Browns on Christmas Eve. So all is well.
gotcha. And then let me ask you this question. So, what are your thoughts on, the thumbnail? What you thought on, the song Payton and Tom Brady? Because, like I said, every week, every few weeks, you see it. There's more and more rumors coming out, more and more, articles and links and all that to it, and I keep telling everybody you can't count it out anymore. You can't say 0%. Like there is probably a 30 to 40% chance this can happen now just because of the scenario. So I mean, what would be your thought if Sean Payton decided to come back to the Saints? The Saints, accept them back, and he says, "I'm gonna bring Tom Brady with me."
Well, to be honest with you, one side that's on Sean Payton's decision, but on this other guy, the one we lost to twice this season, you already know where I'm going with this.
I already know.
You already know, Hoodie. You know me long enough to tell you this. And who that nation in the chat, y'all already know where I'm going with this. Hell to the no. I don't want to see Tom Brady's old 45-year-old ass in a Saint uniform. The dude is old. He need to go and retire and stay retired. Don't do all that comeback bullshit. That's what I thought earlier this year. I thought Tom Brady was going to hang it up for good. But then 40 days later, he wanted to come back and give it another run. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh fuck, bruh. I mean, dude, you're 40. Yeah, like. Shouts out to Mac Prime that was on here earlier, and he made it very clear. When you get 45, when you get 45, it ain't, dude. You're not like you're freaking 20 again or something, or like 21 or something like that. Your body gonna change at 45. Trust me. I've seen quite a few people that turn 45 and their body ain't the same. So no, I do not see Tom Brady coming back. He need to go ahead and retire and stay retired for good. He already talking about being an analyst. I don't know CBS or NBC. I don't know, but the man need to go ahead and retire, bruh. He need to go ahead and hang it up. Seriously.
Now, hear me out, Jerry. All right? 'Cause I told Brother Palmer. I know you heard this. Do you not want to be guaranteed a Super Bowl? Do you not want to be guaranteed to not have to be the most hated team and get penalized anymore because you got Tom Brady on your team? Like, how nice would that be to feel? Like, I don't think we'll be able to feel that. Like, it wouldn't feel real, right?
No. Now, winning winning another Super Bowl, that's one thing, but not with Tom Brady. Not with Because the reason why I say this, Hoodie, and everybody knows where I'm going with this. I do not want to see a whining quarterback that like to get half things his way to help us win a game. I don't want that. I do not want that to happen to us. I would rather a younger quarterback. I don't care if it's Jameis Winston if he make a return. I don't care if it's Andy Dalton. I don't care who it is. But as long as Tom Brady is not on that list, I'll pick anybody to be our Saints quarterback and help us make it to the next level. But not Tom Brady. Not that old 45-year-old quarterback that still think he 20 or something like that. And like John Thompson said, shouts out to my guy John Thompson. I agree with you. He really do need to hang it up. But you know how, but Hoodie, you know how the media is. They love them some Tom Brady. They love for him to come back and give it another shot. That's what they like. That's what the media love to do. But in the back of your mind, you're 45. And next year you're gonna be 46. I would rather you just stay home. Look at all the changes that done happened like the last 4 or 5 months. I mean, dude, uh, Giselle gone with the kids, because he don't know. The dude's a dad, bro. I mean, you got to get up and make sandwiches and make stuff for them to go to school and get dressed up and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather that than you come play back for another year, dude. Hang it up. No, I do not want this man in a Saint uniform. I just don't. I just don't. And if
I
y'all
feel
agree,
you.
and if y'all agree with me that Tom Brady should not come to New Orleans and be in a Saint uniform, y'all put one in the chat. I'm going big Q right now. Put one in the chat if y'all agree with me. If Tom Brady is not coming to New Orleans and be our future Saints quarterback, I just don't see it. I just don't see it, not one bit, Hoodie. I just don't.
I mean, I know a lot of people don't see it because, especially Saints fans, everybody hates on Tom Brady for sure. But like I said, I would take a Sean Payton and a 45, 46-year-old Tom Brady right now over Dennis Allen and Andy Dalton right now. Just saying. That's what I would take in a heartbeat.
Well,
In a heartbeat, because I can't deal with
that
what we were dealing with this season.
well, Hoodie, that's your opinion, but you already know what my opinion. My answer is still no. I no. Because and T Dirty know. T-Dirty know, Dana know, Greg know, Ryan know, everybody in the chat, they know the answer is no.
Well,
When
no,
they
that's not
say, when
that's
I
not
say no,
everybody.
they mean no too.
I got some people on my side, Jerry. I got some people that would take this scenario, you know what I'm saying? And then you got some people that don't want to take it at all. So I mean, it's kind of like I'll say in the chat, it's probably at 80 and 20%. I'm on the 20% side while everybody else is on the 80%. Saying hell no.
Well, you should say 100% no and 0% yes. That's what that's true, dude. That's what I see.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Jerry, if you don't mind, I'm gonna bring on the next person real quick, and I know you would be easily, introduce this person because he is the young Saints minded, the crazy maniac that made his highlights on the Pro Media Network. You know who it
Oh,
is, right?
I have a good idea who this brother is. This man do not need no introduction. Y'all heard this man on the Pro Media Network with Big Q, which is one of the best rants out of this young brother that's coming up on this panel. Y'all know who it is. You know him. I mean, it's so many nicknames that you can think of, but if it was one name that I can think of, y'all know who it is. It don't matter what type of weather you gonna get, but you know, without a shadow of a doubt, this man is none other than Michael, aka the Hurricane, aka Cat 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to 1,000. This man don't need no introduction. Here he is, Mr. Michael.
Thank you, Jerry, for another blasting intro. But yeah, well, I'm gonna say right now. So,
how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna let you have the flow.
All right, but you don't have to like Brady. You don't have to like Payton, right? And you have every reason, and you have every reason, or you have every right to not like them. But would you like? It's one thing they don't like them. But do you really want to get your ego in the way of a Super Bowl? I do. When Brady came out of retirement, I didn't really respect it. But Brady, like this year, you can't really, like, obviously I would love to bash Brady, right? But this year, there's not been a lot of successful teams. For example, the Super Bowl champion, the team who's going to run it back, the team who brought in all of their amazing players, got Bobby Wagner out of free agency, got freaking who else? I don't even remember. They still got Cooper Kupp. That team literally is one of the top 5, top 10 worst teams in the league. So you never know what's going to happen. Broncos, Russell Wilson, they got him. They suck. Like, dude, there's not lots of teams that are good right now. Saints are not one, or the Saints are one of the teams that are not good right now. But if you want to tell me that you would rather a QB combo of Andy Dalton and James Winston, I love James Winston, Andy Dalton not so much. But if you want to tell me that both of them are better than Brady, I don't know what to tell you, because Brady, yes, I can agree that Brady, he is getting old, right? And even if it is for 2 years, do you remember what Sean Payton did? In 2006, Saints were in the dump. Saints were literally, people forgot that we existed. The Saints were coming off one of their worst seasons ever. But we got Sean Payton from either the Cowboys or the Giants. I can't remember. We got Sean Payton to come to New Orleans. But not only did we get a Sean Payton, but the Chargers had this young quarterback that not a lot of people thought was going to be a Hall of Famer. Not a lot of people thought he was going to be relevant. By the man of Drew Brees, right? Drew Brees just got one of the worst injuries of his life. Drew Brees never won a Super Bowl in San Diego. So people were like, he is not going to be anything in New Orleans. Sean Payton was not going to be anything in the NFL. Payton was going to suck. Brees was going to suck. But out of the darkness, what happened? The Saints, I believe the same year they got Sean Payton, who was going to suck. The year that they got Drew Brees, who was going to so-called suck. We went to the NFC Championship game. Yes, we got blown out by the Bears, but that's called progress. And do you know what happened a few years after that? Saints won a Super Bowl. So if we get Sean Payton back, we know what he can do. If we get Tom Brady, who's already a legend, whether you like to admit it or not, he is a legend. I will never argue about that. Sometimes he gets bailed out, but he is a legend whether you like it or you don't like it. So if the Saints can pull off, because Brady, he's not under contract. This is his last year. So Brady walks into free agency and Payton wants to renegotiate and come back to coach for the city of New Orleans. Who says we can't win a Super Bowl? We won a Super Bowl with Drew Brees, who was so-called going to suck. But that quarterback who was going to suck it and probably be out of the league in the next few years, people were already calling him a draft bust, even though that made no damn sense. But he came to New Orleans. He may have not won an MVP, but guess what? He won a Super Bowl. Super Bowl MVP. Broke billions of records. So, if Brees could do it, why can't Brady? Even though, yes, Brady is old. He's about to be 50 in the next few years. Who cares? Super Bowl on the line. We've seen what Brady can do. Yes, he's been sluggish. He's been sluggish this year. Rams have been sluggish. Broncos have been sluggish. Like, every good team last year has been sluggish. And every team that was bad last year, but that got superstars, have been sluggish. There's only a few good teams that we expected to be good. A couple teams we did not even expect to be good. Brock Purdy is still undefeated, if y'all didn't know. So if Brady can walk into New Orleans and play in the black and gold, who says we can't win it all? We've seen this before. We've seen this happen with Brees. It's literally the same situation, except Brees was like in his mid-20s. But we've seen this happen where a quarterback that goes under the radar comes and balls out. Sean Payton is meant for these moments. He brings in quarterbacks that people don't even think will be good under the black and gold. If Sean Payton was never a Saint, then there would be 5 teams to never make a Super Bowl, and the Saints would be one of them. You really want to go back to the darkness, or even an 8-win season would be amazing. Do you really want to go back there, or do you want to go back to Super Bowl? Because when Brady went to Tampa Bay, Leonard Fournette went there, Russell Gage went there, Richard Sherman went there, who else? Rob Gronkowski went there. All of these veterans, all of these superstars and stars went there, and they won a Super Bowl in the first year. And you cannot like Brady for what he did by ditching New Orleans, by going to our rival. But he won a Super Bowl in his first year. So who says he can't win it again? But this time in the black and gold. I don't like Brady. I can admit that. But you cannot sit there and tell me that he still does not have something left in the tank. Even if it is 2 years. Those 2 years could be the best years of his life. Like, dude, when he went to the Patriots, nobody expected him to do anything. A 6th-round pick meant to be a backup for his entire life. But then Drew Bledsoe went down with an ugly injury, and Brady went there. He won 6 Super Bowls in the blue, white, red. He won 6 of them with Bill Belichick. Brady is meant to being paired with Hall of Fame head coach. So the last thing I'm going to say here is that if Brady and Sean Payton team up, Saints are going to the Super Bowl, and we're going to win it. Mark my words. And that's all I got to say.
Alrighty, Michael. Well, thank you, my man, for coming on, and we'll definitely hear from you again whenever we go live again. Which I think is going to try to be tomorrow or Thursday. We'll try to go live again and talk about the Saints, recap on the Browns game and also talk about the Eagles game coming up. But thank you again, Michael.
Peace.
Peace out, Mike.
All right, Jerry. So we got one last guest that's waiting to come on. We'll bring that person on, and if you don't mind giving that person a great introduction, because this is like one of your great friends as well, and you know who it is, right? All the way from you know where?
Give me a hint. I got so many of them.
All right. So how about I just say it's a C.
It's a C.
It's a lady, and she's not from the USA.
I think I know exactly who it is.
Gotcha. If you don't mind giving that lady an introduction
Cause
for
she
me.
got, I think she's from Australia, if I'm correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I know exactly who it is. From down under in the great country of Australia. Please welcome to the Hoodie J podcast, the lovely Miss Megan and the Bear Unit.
What the hell was that accent?
That's called an
That's a
Australian
Cajun-
accent.
That's an Australian accent. Dude, I haven't seen you in close to 6 months and you haven't worked on it? What the hell? How are you, boys?
Mate.
How are you, lads? It's been a red hot minute since I've seen you, but yeah.
Yeah, good to see you, Megan. How are you?
Getting over long COVID. As you know, I was in LA and Seattle and brought back COVID. So, yeah, coming to the after effect, the end of that misery, thank goodness. But yeah.
Well, glad you're still here. I mean, sorry you had the COVID, but I'm glad you're sounding better, like the original Megan that we know.
I was sick as a dog. I had close to 3 months in bed and hated it. Yeah, it was pretty horrific, but I got to go to Seattle and see the Seahawks and see the Mariners have their run to the playoffs, which was beautiful. Yeah. But hey, listen, I just want to say one thing straight up, and coming hot on the tail of Michael, who really let us know how he felt about Tom Brady, which I respect that young man's opinion. I respect him greatly, as you know. I was 46 2 weeks ago. Tom Brady is a year younger than me. If the Saints are that desperate to have that QB over Jameis, you can freaking have him, because that will mean Seattle is out of the mix to get him. And I will say it here, gentlemen, if we take Jalen Carter with the 3rd pick, I'm out. I am going to support the Ravens. If Tom Brady comes to the Seahawks, I will not only go and support the Ravens, I'll go and support Minnesota as well. I do not, because there is some talk, and I don't think it will happen, that Brady is to Seattle. If I had to choose between Brady and Sean Payton coming to Seattle, and you know how much I love Pete Carroll, I will take Sean Payton with a lot of trading and a lot of money. But I do not want Tom Brady anywhere near the Pacific Northwest.
Well, if you get Sean Payton, you're gonna have to take Brady with you.
Yeah, but then I'll flick him back to you for some, for some cash because, you know, apparently you're in. And can I just say, I'm not. Wasn't I told by more than one person on this chat, present company excluded, because I don't think it was you, that you guys were going to the Super Bowl and the Seahawks were going to win 2 games this year? I'm just saying we've won 7, which was about what I said. But didn't I hear that? If I go back and play some tape, and just saying, because I was disappointed in the Saints this year.
Wake up, Hoodie.
Not that stick either, Jerry. It's been an interesting. Yeah, I went there. It's been an interesting year, certainly for the Seahawks. I might be petty, but I have loved watching the Broncos absolutely tank this year.
Now, Megan, I did hear something, I think, before the season started, that they say the Seahawks was going to win 5 games, but y'all already established that.
Yeah.
I think y'all won like, what, 6 or 7, if I'm not correct?
We're 7 and 8 as of this week.
That's more than 5, so they were wrong.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys know, because I would come in here and complain that the Broncos.
T Dirty just called you out.
I only have 3, T Dirty, and if you need, hang on,
T Dirty, you want to come in the panel, bro? I know you want to come in.
T Dirty, hang on, 1, 2, 3. Don't tell me you have to take your shoes and socks off to count to 3, my son. Oh, wait a minute, you're Saints fan. You wouldn't be able to count past 0, could you? Oh, well, no, sorry. No, I take that back, T. You know there are numbers after the number 0.
T Dirty, come on in, bro. You know.
And I've only got 3 teams.
Look like Megan got the smoke, bro.
Jerry, what's you gonna charge?
I've only got 3 teams, T. But you're a Saints fan. I can't expect miracles that you know how to count. Yeah, I know, obviously, because you have to take your shoes and socks off to count to 3, my son. I use my hands and my fingers because I have 10, but obviously you need shoes and socks. And I can smell your feet. How am I a bandwagon, T Dirty? I've supported the Seahawks since 2009, and I've supported the Vikings since 2010, and the Ravens since 2000. So please, well, it is dry down here because we're in the middle of. We are in the middle of summer, so please explain to me how I'm a bandwagoner when I've gone for these teams for more than 10. Oh, no, hang on. No. T's confused because it's over the number 2. My length of time with these teams is over the number 2. So, Hoodie, would you mind taking off your shoes and socks so T can borrow your toes to count 2, please?
T Dirty, you better come on here, or we're gonna charge you.
I'm sorry.
I'm in a bad mood, T. You've picked the wrong person. Get it.
Tap that link, T Dirty.
Too many.
The man said that's not smoke, that's dust.
It's not that hard. Even for a Saints-loving genius like yourself, 3 teams is not hard to follow.
T Dirty.
T Dirty, I know you're not gonna lose to a Seahawks fan.
Come on in the panel. Sounds like we have a challenge.
Hey, Jerry.
Oh, I will throw. Hoodie, Jerry, mute yourselves, boys. I will throw down anytime. And you know it. You've both been on the ends of my throwdowns. My roster is too. Well, yeah, no, 53.
Megan's bringing the slaughterhouse to the Hoodie.
3 lots of 53 for someone who can't count over 2 is.
I'm surprised, T Dirty. Come on, T Dirty. Come on, you gotta come on. You already got
Let's give T Dirty some respect. 3 lots of 53. 3 teams with 53 in each roster.
T Dirty, come on in, bro.
Is way more. Actually,
I'm ready for the showdown. Get y'all popcorn
Jerry.
ready. I'm ready.
Jerry, call him out. Tell him how much.
actually, you're
tell him
T
how much you gonna
Dirty,
charge him.
bring that forklift into the panel, bruh.
How much you
Come
gonna
on
charge
in,
him?
bruh.
How much you gonna charge him?
T Dirty, you're actually right.
T Dirty. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna do you like I do you. If you don't come in here and tap that link, that's gonna cost you $50,000, bruh. You got the mom. Pay up.
And T Dirty, to answer your question, yes, I have several jerseys.
Come on, T Dirty.
I have several Seahawks jerseys, a couple of USC Trojan jerseys, and baseball jerseys. Loading a truck, fair.
Oh my God, T Dirty, bruh. Seriously, come on in the panel, bruh.
Wow.
We're calling you out, bruh. Look.
I used to think T Dirty had a brain in his head. Well, given that he can't count above three. Given that he can't count above three and is a Saints fan.
Ooh.
Yawn on you twice.
Well, give the baby his bottle, change his diaper, and give him his pacifier. He's obviously up way past his bedtime.
Ooh! T Dirty, come, bruh. Come on in, bruh. Tap that link. Tap that link.
Jerry, would you mind burping the baby before you put him to bed, please?
Look, I got nothing to say. You don't want to call. You don't want to call him out. I'm just
he's yawning 3 times, so you know.
Wake up, T Dirty. Come on in, bro.
T Dirty said, "Chill out, NB."
Obviously, the poor baby needs his bottle diaper changed, and he's binky and banky, and time for bed, little one.
Hoodie. I'm sorry to say this, bro, but it's getting hot up.
I'm sorry that T Dirty brought the intelligence of the chat down, gentlemen.
It's hot up here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the third time, John Tavius, because the baby needs to go to bed now.
Y'all put the big old fan on because this thing got it. Cut the AC.
I'm thinking of putting the aircon on. It's a bit.
But Miss Megan.
Sorry about that, Hoodie. You can't account for good taste in a chat, can you?
Yeah. So, Miss Megan, how was your Christmas?
Very quiet. I was up at 2 a.m. for the Seahawks the Seahawks and Chiefs game. I got to spend it with my nephew Oliver, up at my mum's place with my brother and my mum and Oliver, and ate, as we do at this time of year, way too much. And I'm keeping one eye on the cricket, which is my other great love at this time of the year. And yeah, just very quiet because I'm still, as I said, getting over the COVID, and things are winding down for the new year. And yeah, just very quiet. Enjoying summer down here while you poor people are, well, I don't know about you guys in New Orleans, but are freezing, and seeing on the news that big Arctic storm, which is very frightening in, I think it was New York. But yeah, other than that, still getting over the trip. Been home 16 weeks and have just finished unpacking. Read into that, pulling clothes out of the suitcase, wearing them and washing them and putting them away. But yeah, that's about it, really. It's good to talk to you again and see that you're online. As I said, I think the last time I spoke to you at any length was when I was in LA, and that was in September. Maybe once in Seattle as well, but yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been on.
T Dirty too much, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, T Daddy. I see you've fallen. Didn't mean to kick you.
Falling, I can't get up.
Sorry, T Daddy. Didn't mean to kick you in the ribs with my steel-toed
That's
boots as I
my
walked
dude,
past you.
bro.
Didn't mean to break your ribs as I kicked you as I walked over you.
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I'll stop now. It's far too easy and takes no brain power at all.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
So what is going?
Hoodie?
Sorry, Jed. Sorry, Jerry.
No, that's all right, Miss Meg. I just want to tell Hoodie something. Hoodie, I've never seen this side of Miss Megan ever. I mean, she always come in. She always low key and all that kind of stuff, talk some good stuff. But I've never seen this side of Miss Megan. Never have.
Oh, you've
Until tonight. I never
no.
seen.
I tell you what's put me in a bad mood, Jerry, and I do apologise for my mood, except to everyone.
That's all right.
Except T Dirty.
Look, we need to be entertained.
No, as you know, Seattle have the third pick from Denver in the upcoming draft, subject to change. And I was just over modding on Brandon's chat, Hoodie, and I got derided for the fact that I do not want the Seahawks to take Jalen Carter at pick 3. I want Will Anderson, and I got pretty much called a lot of that. So that's what's put me in the mood.
That quarterback, Jalen Carter.
Yeah. I don't think we need a quarterback at the moment. I don't think Carter's.
What guys you play for?
Hang
on.
on.
I've heard that name before.
Let me have a look. I'm not impressed with him. I watched 7 hours of tape.
Name something.
Ohio State.
Ohio State?
Yeah, so Jalen Carter is from and I don't think his stamina in later half of the game, or sort of halfway through the fourth quarter, is enough for us with our gaping holes in D line. So I want Will Anderson. And basically every 12 in the chat I was just on, Brandon's chat called me an idiot. Well, not quite an idiot. It said that I was wrong for wanting that. Now, I may well be. I could well be, and Jalen Carter could be. But if I have said to the 12s that if they take Carter at 3, I'm done with the Seahawks. I will go and follow Daniel Falale from Melbourne, Australia, playing for the Ravens. So I will, but it's going to be a very interesting. I think for all teams it'll be a great draft, particularly for us. There has been some talk that we will trade down to the second round. I hope not.
Maybe I could trade your first round pick to Denver for Russell Wilson.
Now is that the Russell Wilson that Woody, just jog my memory on the name, that was supposed to be the savior for the Broncos and who basically sucked and got Nathaniel. Well, I won't put Nathaniel Hackett's firing on him, but is he the one that fell off the cliff? Well, no, hang on. Russell Wilson. I know who that name. He was the one that Hackett took the ball out of his hand against the Seahawks at Lumen Field in week 1 for a 60-odd yard field goal that was never going to make it on the marine layer at Lumen. That's the Russell Wilson you're talking about. And you want him to come back to Seattle where basically there was a rack of his jerseys at the Lumen Field Pro Shop marked to 80% off, that every 12 that was in that shop when I was there walked straight past. That the Russell Wilson you're talking about, Hoodie?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be the way I wasn't in Seattle for that week 1 game, as you know. I was there for week 6, But I had the game on the TV, and you could hear the 12s booing. Now, I'm not usually one to boo a player or a team, even if they played badly. But I'm sorry, Russell got what he deserved.
Mm.
And for a team to play, sorry, let me say that again. And for a team to pay a player $250 million before he's played a snap, that just blew every 12's mind. At least see what he's capable of before you give him that contract. But yeah, the Seahawks have had a very interesting year this year. I think we surprised a lot of people, ourselves included, to be there in week 6 at Lumen under the 12's flag, as I was with Brandon, was insane. 19-9 win over the Cardinals. I didn't have any hearing for about 3 weeks. My voice was gone for about 2, but I don't think we make the playoffs. I don't think we deserve to. But we'll see. We'll see. I just hope we win the last 2 games, and just so it can be a better season than what everyone thought it was. That's all.
Well, Miss Megan, so I know you said you wouldn't take no Tom Brady, but you would take Sean Payton, right? But
I could be talked into Sean Payton as a head coach. I didn't hate what he did at the Saints. I didn't think he was always brilliant, but what coach he is. Tom Brady needs just to say enough is enough, or have someone tell him enough is enough, and sit down, old man, you're in the booth, and we will give you more money than God to be in the booth. Yeah, I would consider Payton for Seattle when Pete Carroll goes, which is not for another 2 years. I don't see it happening though. I think Payton will go to one of the LA teams. Is my gut feeling on it. I could be wrong in that, and he could go somewhere else. Could come back to the Saints, but I just don't. I don't see the point of him coming back to the Saints. I mean, to be honest, I haven't watched that much on Dennis Allen this year because, I've been concentrating on our division. Would Dennis Allen get another season, do you think?
they talking about giving him another season, but to me, I don't think he deserves it.
Okay, based on what? As I said, I haven't watched much of the Saints this year, so what?
Yeah, it's been kind of booty. It's been booty. That's all I can say. How about I just say his decision making hasn't been great.
Okay. John Tavius says he sees him in either Arizona or at Denver. Well, either way, he would be. Arizona and Denver are 2 division rivals for Seattle, so we'd see him. Yeah, John Tavius doesn't see him in. I don't see him. Why did he leave?
Also,
only to come back. It's how I'm looking at it in terms of Payton and New Orleans.
The only reason why I would say I see him coming back, to us, to the Saints, the reason why I can see this happening is because they told us about a week or 2 ago that there was like 3 teams that he was eyeballing, the coach, and
Okay.
which means like basically he was looking at the teams, he was looking at the rosters, the coaching staff, and he was like, okay, this is who I want on my team, this is who I don't, basically studying, doing his work, and that was the Rams, the Chargers, and the Saints. And they said the Cardinals just kind of in the back of his mind, but not just there, but like that's a team that he might look at too. So when you look at these teams, right, the Rams got Baker Mayfield and Stafford on their team, and you got Sean McVay. Sean McVay just won a Super Bowl last year. This year's just kind of shits, but I doubted they just kid come out of there and say, "Here, give me Sean Payton now," like just like that.
Yeah,
Plus,
true.
plus, Sean and Tom Brady wants to team up before Tom Brady retires. So guess what? That wouldn't be a designation for him. Then you look at the Chargers, right? They got Justin Herbert. You're not going to trade
No,
and
you
get
won't
rid of
trade
him for
Herbert.
Tom
Yeah.
Brady. You're not going to sit him for Tom Brady. So the only place that made sense is Sean Payton to go back to the place where he's got 2 years left on his contract, and where Tom Brady was going to go originally anyway beforehand. But then Drew Brees said, "I'm gonna come back for one more year," and did so. And then that's when Tom went to Tampa Bay. And don't forget this offseason, they wanted to team up and go to the Dolphins, but the Brian Flores situation happened, and then Sean Payton stayed put and act like nothing happened. So I mean, I can see this being the scenario on why he makes it back. That's the reason why I'm trying to do this podcast and tell people I can see it happening. And no matter how much I even hate it, everybody knows how much I hate Tom Brady. I would take it in a heartbeat. I would take this team. I would take a Sean Payton and a Tom Brady on my Saints over a Dennis Allen and an Andy Dalton that we had this year. Plus, we guaranteed almost a Super Bowl just because that's how it is with Tom Brady. He's always guaranteed the
I don't
playoffs.
know that. I think he would come close to a Super Bowl. But as I said, Tom Brady's my age or a year younger than me, and I don't see him taking you to a Super Bowl. Playoffs? Yeah, maybe. But Super Bowl? No. I know Sean Payton is good at what he does. No, I don't. Things would have to go incredibly right for you guys with your team, Brady, Payton, everyone else falling off the cliff, more or less, for you to get to a Super Bowl with Payton and Brady. Playoffs? Yeah, maybe.
I mean, just think though, if we would have just had Sean Payton this year with the shitty team we had with the Andy Dalton playing, and you just had Sean Payton here just helping out, making better play calls, we would have made the playoffs at least. And then you bring in a guy like Tom Brady and him. I mean, this thing, I'm telling you, this team could make a Super Bowl run, and it would be very dangerous with a Sean Payton and Tom Brady because Sean Payton's gonna make sure he gets the right protection for Tom, and then Tom Brady is Tom Brady, so he's gonna recruit the people that to make them want to come to New Orleans and play with him. So that's just how I see it. Like the reason why I think they suck right now in Tampa Bay, his whole O line is out. Basically besides one guy, and they dealing with injuries too. And you got a dumb coach like we do with Dennis Allen running the show instead of letting Tom Brady and them have full control of everything. So I think that's another reason why. So I think Sean Payton and that will be. I think that will work out perfectly. I mean, just me. That's my thoughts.
I think you would have to be incredibly lucky. You would have to draft brilliantly. What is your salary cap like?
They said our salary cap was gonna be negative again, but you know us, how we always work it out and
Yeah,
find a way.
you're like the Rams. They do salary cap aerobic, gymnastics rather, to always keep their players. Look, I could be wrong in saying that even with Peyton and Brady, you don't get to a Super Bowl. I don't see it myself. Doesn't mean that it's right. Yeah, it's championship game, perhaps Super Bowl, playoffs at the minimum. Yeah, well, I'm starting to think you're right, T Dirty. Oh my God, T Dirty and I are agreeing. Something's not right here. Dennis Allen's got to go. As I said, I haven't watched a lot of him this year, but
Yeah, T Dirty no, he agreed with me too. Dennis Allen really do need to go. Definitely, yeah, yes, because
He doesn't have to go, fully.
he's just not required as head coach, Hoodie. But
Yeah.
he doesn't have to leave
no,
the building.
because Raider fans remember when he was a head coach, they already know how bad he was. And
So how did he get to be your head coach if he's as bad as all of that and as bad as he's showing everyone this year?
I mean, if you go back to what he's affiliated with, like being defensive coordinator, and let somebody else be the head coach, I got no issue with that. But as a head coach, no.
So how did he
Go
become
go back to what you're accustomed to, and that's helping that defense be dominant as a defensive coordinator. I'll
So
take
how
that.
did he?
Let somebody else be the head coach. Let them call the plays. You go back to your routine.
But I don't understand, Jerry. How did he? If he was as bad as that as the DC, how the hell does he become your head coach? Like, how does he go from the defensive coordinator position to head coach and suck at both badly? If you sucked as a DC, how do you get to be a head coach, I guess is my question. Obviously, there's no answer to it because
I got nothing to say about that. I mean, after Sean Payton stepped down, we was all looking for another head coach to take Sean Payton's place, but I didn't expect that Dennis Allen was going to be the one.
Right.
I mean, anybody else could have did it, but
why him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, You're right.
Oh, Payton vouched for him, and his word was all it took. Yeah, okay.
The one say he didn't suck at. No, he didn't, because hadn't been for Dennis Allen being the defensive coordinator, the Saints defense would have been around like the top 5 in the NFL. If it was
so what you're saying is he's a better DC and should have stayed there at the Saints or wherever instead of becoming the Saints head coach. Is that what I'm hearing you say, Jerry?
Yeah. Yes, Megan. Yes.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. As I said, I haven't sort of watched too much.
On 9 say, no, DA is a great DC, but no head coach. I agree with you.
Yeah, makes me wonder. Sean Payton's words must have a hell of a lot of weight around New Orleans. If a word in the ear was from Payton is the only reason Dennis Allen got the head coaching gig. Yeah. Anyway. All right, lads. I better go and see what T Dirty's doing in the chat. No, I kid.
Miss Megan, I appreciate you, coming on the show and.
It's great to have you back, Hoodie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back. And Mr. Jerry, I appreciate you as well, and everybody that's in the chat as well that tuned on in tonight. I appreciate y'all tuning on in as well. Feels good to be back, and we reached over 30-something people at a time, which I didn't think it was gonna be being out for about 2 weeks. When you go away for a little bit, people, walk away from you too. But the people that came tonight shows you, who really stand there with you. So I truly appreciate y'all.
Hit the like button if you haven't already, folks. I just remembered I hadn't. So, smash it for Hoodie.
Yep, smash the like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if y'all are new to the channel as well. Yeah. And with that being said, I appreciate every single one of y'all coming on. And until next time, I don't know when we're going live again. Like I said, I worked too damn much, but hopefully tomorrow, if not maybe Thursday, we can, talk about the recap of that Browns game and also talk about the upcoming game against the Eagles as well. But
oh wow, you've got
Mr. Jerry and Miss Megan, I know how you are. You're the Seahawks, so go Hawks to your team. But I know you like to say who that with us too, so we're about to end the podcast. So Jerry and Megan, I need the help. We tell everybody who what?
Who that?
You heard them, who that, and we are out of here.
Go Hawks, talk soon.
Run it up, Panero. Say what they lie. Say what they lie. Say what they lie. Say what they lie. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We going to the bowl. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Young Nolan Hoodie Jew on the beat, we let you know. Chris Olave, MC down the field. Once the throw the ball deep, yeah, you know it's getting real. Put Jarvis in the slot, he gon' do damage. AK in the backfield, you know, Durant. E. Davis coming through the line, QB running out of time. Tom Brady, that's mine. Yeah, the Saints did it fine. Hold out, chopper style, choppers out. Them boys wild, yeah, them boys wild. Chopper style. Choppers out, the boys wild, yeah, them boys wild. Hold up, yeah, we rolling. Hold up, yeah, we rolling. Hold up, yeah, we toting. Marshawn, let him ball, play the left field. Marcus May play deep safety, so you know the deal. We got a tyrant in the box, got the QB on lock. Man, we ready to rock. See, they gone in the spot out. A Debo, play the right side. Stop playing with that boy. 29, ready to ride. We ain't tripping at all. We going to the top. Yeah, we gon' spin they block. Yeah, we knocking on they top. Look. We rap the Florida lead. So boy was poppin'. The same really wildin'. Them boys on fire. We really number one. We move with silence. We zip them boys up. If it's a problem, chop us out. Chop us out. Them boys wild. Yeah, them boys wild. Chop us out. Chop us out. Them boys wild. Hold up. Let me roll.